What if I told you that 6 ancient numbers quietly emerging this July hold the power to reshape your financial destiny and awaken the flow of abundance in your life? These are not mere digits. They are vibrational keys long believed to carry sacred energy. Not through superstition, but through their alignment with planetary shifts and cosmic rhythms. This isn't fiction. This is a form of divine mathematics that seers like Nostradamus and Baba Vanga understood well. Numbers that whisper to the universe and echo back with outcomes. So if you've been catching glimpses on clocks, receipts, license plates of the same numbers again and again, that's not your imagination. That's the universe tapping your shoulder, nudging you with signs you were always meant to follow. These are not coincidences. They're cosmic invitations to align with the energy of prosperity. Now, you might be wondering, what do I do with these numbers? How can I truly align with them? You're not alone. And the answer is simpler and more powerful than you think. In this video, I'll guide you step by step on how to activate these number frequencies in your daily life, allowing them to work through your actions, thoughts, and choices, so you can finally open the door to a different financial reality. Together, we'll explore the spiritual meaning behind the symbols most people overlook. And beginning July 17th, 2025, a rare and beautiful energy shift will begin. It's more than a date. It's a cosmic window, perfectly timed for those who are deeply in tune with themselves and ready to listen. The 6 numbers I'm about to reveal are not just inspired by numerology. They're rooted in ancient Buddhist teachings, energetic blueprints, and celestial alignments. And they carry the ability to illuminate your path to wealth, purpose, and inner transformation. And here's something sacred. If you stay until the end of this video, I'll share a bonus number, one that monks, mystics, and manifestos call the amplifier. It doesn't just add. It accelerates your intentions provided your heart is focused and your mind is open. So, if you're ready, tap that like button now to set your intention. Subscribe to Buddhist Trail for more spiritual insights that speak to your soul. And in the comments, anchor your energy with this powerful affirmation. I trust the signs. I am ready to receive. Let's begin this journey together. Number 18. This number doesn't arrive with thunder or grand displays. It doesn't scream for your attention or flash in neon. It appears quietly, gently when you're waiting in line, glancing at your phone, or simply pausing to breathe. And if you're not fully present, you might miss it. But if you are aware, if you're paying attention, it offers something profoundly meaningful. The number 18 acts as a spiritual mirror. It reflects back your strength, your quiet battles, and most importantly, your potential for deep transformation. In the Buddhist tradition, every number carries a sacred vibration. The frequency of 18 speaks softly of resilience, of wisdom earned through struggle, and of the inner evolution that unfolds over time. It doesn't bring the promise of sudden riches. It prepares you to become someone who can carry abundance with grace when it finally arrives. Let's be honest. Life hasn't been easy. You've endured pain silently, adapted through sudden changes, and rebuilt yourself when it all came crashing down. Yet here you are, still present, still becoming. And now, the energy of 18 leans in and asks, can you let go of who you've had to be, so you can become who you were always meant to be? That right there is where the magic begins. As we move into July 2025, the frequency of 18 aligns with a powerful cosmic rhythm. It's as if the movement of nature itself is syncing with the beat of your inner life. Imagine walking against strong winds for years, only to feel those winds suddenly shift, lifting you, carrying you, pushing you forward. That's what 18 brings. A supportive flow of energy. But only if you're ready to release the outdated beliefs and roles you've outgrown. This number won't demand your attention. It won't shove you toward change. It invites you, like a wise, compassionate teacher whispering, what are you still holding on to? And is it holding you back? So when you see 18, whether on a license plate, a receipt, or a glowing digital clock, don't brush it off. Pause. Breathe. Reflect. It's no coincidence. It's a message from the universe, asking you to tune in, to stop living on autopilot, to remember that your inner foundation, not chance or external fortune, is the real magnet for success. In Buddhist wisdom, this kind of mindful awareness is sacred. Even the smallest shift in your consciousness can ripple through every area of your life. That's what 18 offers. Not noise, not drama, but clarity. A quiet invitation to look within and ask, am I living from fear or from alignment? So here's your mindful task. If 18 keeps appearing in your life, don't scroll past it. Sit with it. Journal what it stirs up in you. Meditate on the old patterns you're ready to release. And if you feel moved, share one word in the comments, just one. That captures what this number awakens in your heart. That single word becomes part of our collective energy and intention, right here in this sacred space on Buddhism Trail. Now, let's talk about a number that might seem ordinary at first glance. So ordinary, in fact, that you might overlook it entirely. Number 26. You've likely seen it many times before. On doorways, parking slips, receipts, digital clocks. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't shimmer with luck or roar with importance. But that quiet presence? That's exactly where its power lies. Because the most sacred messages from the universe rarely arrive with fanfare. They come gently, through what seems mundane, through what we've learned to ignore. From a Buddhist perspective, the universe doesn't always speak through thunder. More often it whispers, through stillness, through repetition, through the calm. And 26 is one of those whispers. A subtle, sacred nudge asking, are you truly awake to your life right now? Let's decode it. The number 2 is the energy of connection. It's not about domination or control. It's about flow. It reminds you to stop, listen, and truly feel. What is your inner voice trying to say? What are others around you really expressing? What is life reflecting back at you in this moment? Empathy, intuition, harmony. These are the soft yet potent qualities that live in the vibration of 2. Now bring in the number 6, and the energy becomes grounded and stable. This is the vibration of foundation, family, health, home, values. It's not about chasing quick wins. It's about tending to what matters most. 6 whispers to you. Slow down. Be intentional. Build what lasts. It's the deep satisfaction of a meaningful, steady journey. One where success is not only earned, but deserved. When these 2 vibrations merge to form 26, they carry a deeper message. This is not a number urging you to rush toward riches or chase external glory. It's a realignment number, encouraging you to craft a life where success feels natural, nourishing, and true to your spirit. As July 2025 draws near, if the number 26 keeps appearing around you, don't ignore it. This may be a sign that your energy is syncing with the rhythms of the cosmos. It could mean your spiritual path and your material journey are starting to harmonize at last. So, ask yourself honestly, are you building your life from anxiety or from clarity? From fear or from faith? Here at Buddhism Trail, we don't view luck as a one-time lottery ticket. We see it as something you grow into. And 26 often appears as a sign that you're being prepared to receive. Not just wealth in the financial sense, but wealth in meaning, depth, and direction. It reminds you, fulfillment is not a prize at the finish line. It's a path you walk every day, with presence. So the next time 26 crosses your path, don't just shrug it off. Pause. Realign. Trust that there's a message in the moment, waiting for your stillness to receive it. And if this message touched something within you, if it reminded you of what truly matters, consider sharing it forward. Click that share button and offer a symbolic gift. In Buddhist tradition, generosity is more than an action. It's a vibration. What you give flows back. Sometimes not as money, but as peace, clarity, and a life that begins to feel beautifully whole. Let's talk about a number that doesn't shout, doesn't sparkle, and doesn't demand attention. Yet within its calm presence lies a strength so profound, It can quietly reshape your entire path. The number 22. It doesn't come wrapped in drama or flash. But don't be fooled by its quiet nature. Because in the world of spiritual numerology, 22 is what we call the master builder. It's the number that grounds dreams. The number that bridges the mystical and the practical. It doesn't just inspire vision. It invites you to bring that vision to life. This isn't about luck. It's not about wishful thinking or quick wins. 22 speaks to those who are ready to do the inner work, ready to take the outer steps. It whispers to those who understand that meaningful goals aren't achieved by accident. They're created with clarity, structure, and unwavering dedication. Have you ever felt that quiet inner tug? That persistent sense that it's time to begin again? Time to build something real? Something lasting? That's not your imagination. That's 22 knocking. And not with urgency, but with quiet purpose. It doesn't pressure. It invites. And that invitation aligns deeply with Buddhist values. Because in Buddhism, we aren't taught to wait for miracles to arrive. We are taught to meet life with presence, to act mindfully, and to move forward with awareness and grace. That's exactly what 22 asks of you. Steady, conscious effort. What makes this number even more powerful is its connection to Saturn, the planet of responsibility, patience, and discipline. Saturn doesn't rush. It teaches through experience. And 22 carries that same vibration. It reminds you that growth doesn't need to be fast to be meaningful. You don't need recognition. You need intention. You need consistency. You need the courage to keep building. Brick by brick. Breath by breath. So if you're watching this in mid-July 2025, consider this your sign. Start where you are. Don't wait for perfection. Don't delay your purpose. Write the plan. Make the call. Submit the application. Begin the thing you've been holding in your heart. Because 22 doesn't wait for perfect timing. It is the perfect timing. It reminds you that the future isn't some distant point you chase. It's already within reach. All you have to do is begin. Let the energy of 22 guide you. Not with force, but with steady clarity. This is your reminder. The power to shape your life is already in your hands. Not someday. Now number 16. The breaking point that awakens you. Have you ever reached a moment where, on the outside, everything looks fine, yet deep within, something feels quietly out of place? You're doing all the right things. Showing up for work, supporting others, following the plan life handed you. But one morning, you wake up with a strange emptiness. It's as if you're living a life that no longer belongs to you. There's nothing obviously wrong, yet nothing feels fully right either. That is the frequency of number 16. And it doesn't enter soft. It arrives like an unexpected silence. A pause in the rhythm of your life. A job loss. A breakup. A sudden realization that the version of you you've been carrying doesn't fit the story you're meant to live. Here on this channel, we honor these unraveling moments, not as mistakes or misfortunes, but as sacred turning points. Number 16 is not a bad omen. It's a divine interruption, a wake-up call. Not to destroy you, but to shatter the illusions you've outgrown. In Buddhist philosophy, impermanence isn't something to fear. It's a river we're meant to flow with. And 16 often shows up when your outer world is no longer aligned with your inner truth. It's not punishment. It's realignment. When you start seeing the number 16 on phone screens, receipts, street signs, or appointments, it's not a coincidence. It's a cosmic checkpoint, asking you to pause and take inventory. What are you clinging to? A job? A relationship? A role? Something that may once have served you, but now only exists to shield you from uncertainty? This is where Buddhist non-attachment becomes your compass. Instead of grasping, you begin releasing. Instead of trying to force outcomes, you learn to observe. Because control isn't peace, it's tension. And tension blocks transformation. Here's a small but powerful practice. Give yourself 5 minutes of stillness each day. No phone.
No journaling.
No problem solving. Just sit in presence. Let that silence speak. Let it show you what your busyness has kept buried. That sacred space of stillness and non-doing is where the first seeds of clarity begin to grow. And remember, 16 is not here to punish. It's here to soften, to open you to self-compassion. You don't need every answer. You don't need a flawless plan. You just need to be honest with yourself, with your feelings, and with your unfolding path. Let go of the guilt for staying too long in something. Let go of the pressure to do it all perfectly. Progress isn't about perfection. It's about truth. So if it feels like your life is coming apart at the seams, pause. Breathe. This isn't a breakdown. This is your breakthrough. Number 16 isn't the chaos to fear. It's the clarity you've been silently craving. And if this message touched something inside you, if it brought you even one moment of insight or relief, consider tapping the thanks button, offering a symbolic gesture, or simply sharing this video with someone who might need it. In Buddhist thought, giving isn't about the amount. It's about the intention. And when given from the heart, it always returns as unseen blessing. Let's take a moment to focus on a number that might appear completely ordinary at first glance, yet quietly carries a profound energetic message for those who are truly paying attention. That number is 35. You've likely seen it before on a house number, a receipt, or flashing briefly on a digital clock. Most people pass by it without a second thought. But if you're living with awareness, if your inner life is open and listening, you'll begin to sense that 35 is far more than coincidence. It's a gentle signal from the universe, a subtle symbol that you are standing at the edge of a meaningful transition. In both Buddhist wisdom and spiritual numerology, every number hums with a unique vibration. And 35 is a powerful combination of energies. The number 3 represents creativity, intuition, and spiritual connection. It brings a sense of alignment between the heart, mind, and spirit. The number 5 adds movement, freedom, and transformation. Together, they don't suggest chaos. They invite mindful evolution, not the kind of change that uproots everything, but the kind that flows from within, shaping a better version of the life you already have. Take a moment to reflect on where you are right now. Have you felt the subtle pull to shift your routine? To begin something new? To reconnect with your deeper sense of purpose? That quiet longing, that restlessness deep in your soul, it's not random. It's the energy of 35 beginning to rise in your awareness, aligning with your timeline. What makes 35 so powerful is its grounded wisdom. It doesn't demand you to destroy or abandon your past. Instead, it calls you to refocus, to refine, and to rebuild from a place of clarity. Not fear, not pressure, just truth. You're not being asked to start over. You're being reminded that everything you need is already within you. You simply have to use it with intention. That's the real message here. So, ask yourself honestly, am I resisting change because it feels unfamiliar? Or am I finally ready to evolve into a version of myself that feels freer, more aligned, and more alive? Because 35 isn't just a number. It's a spiritual nudge, a cosmic whisper saying, now is the moment. Step forward. And if you're truly listening, if you're ready, this could be the beginning of a path that leads to more than just progress. It could lead to purpose, to prosperity, and to an awakened life that feels like home. And remember, there's still more to come. One final sacred number awaits, a bonus vibration believed to carry a higher frequency for abundance, clarity, and deep manifestation. So stay with me. What comes next might change everything. Have you ever felt like you were standing in the middle of a fast-moving crowd, yet your feet just wouldn't move? Emails flooding in, voices pulling at you, responsibilities tugging from every direction. In the chaos, your soul whispers for something simple. Silence, stillness, space. That's when the universe speaks. Not in words or through people, but in symbols. In this case, through a number. That number is 44. You might catch it in passing on a license plate, the corner of a receipt, or when you glance at your phone at exactly 4:44 p.m. To most, it seems like nothing, a coincidence. But to those who are spiritually tuned in, 44 is a quiet signal from the universe. A sacred reminder that power doesn't always shout it off in whispers. This isn't just a number. It's a foundation, a grounding force, a cosmic exhale saying, Slow down. Return to your center. In Buddhist teachings, we're reminded time and time again that peace isn't something we chase, it's something we cultivate within. And 44 echoes that ancient truth. It appears when you're being asked to release the noise, the pressure, the frantic grasping not to stop moving, but to move with purpose. To rebuild from the inside out. Not from panic, but from presence. As we enter the heart of July 2025, the energy of 44 strengthens. This isn't a season for hustle. It's a season for structure. The universe asks you gently but clearly, are you building a life that can weather storms? Or are you reacting to every passing cloud? 44 is rooted in stability, patience, and long-term growth. It's like the roots of an old tree. You may not see them, but they're why the tree still stands when the winds rage. In this season of your life, 44 reminds you that consistency is spiritual power. It's not glamorous. It's not loud, but it holds. Even ancient mystics understood this. Nostradamus, the great seer, saw numbers not as coincidences, but as markers of transformation's sacred cycles where humanity would face choices, collapse or rise. 44, to him, was a turning point, a choice between panic and purpose. And to Baba Vanga, the blind mystic of the Balkans, numbers weren't just tools of prophecy. They were shields, protectors of the spirit. She believed 44 guarded your inner resilience, your faith, your love. So, what should you do when 44 starts showing up? Don't just notice it. Listen. It's not yelling, it's guiding. Ask yourself, am I moving from fear or from faith? Am I rushing to keep up, or am I building something that can truly last? Let 44 be your anchor, not to chase wealth, but to align with lasting abundance. Because real success isn't loud. It's sustainable. If this message speaks to your current journey, pause and affirm it in the comments. I choose to be aligned with long-term abundance. And if this video brought you clarity, grounding, or even just one moment of reflection, share it with someone who needs that same reminder. Like it. Pass it on. And don't forget to subscribe to Buddhism Trail, because the most powerful truths don't always arrive in chaos. Sometimes they come softly through numbers. And 44? That's your inner strength knocking. Stay steady. Stay present. And I'll see you in the next.